All right, welcome to another video from Paula Anderson Coaching Consulting. This video is going to focus a little bit more on how to take notes. So let me give you a little bit about background about myself before we get started with this video. So I am your instructor. I have a bachelor's degree in English. I have a bachelor's degree in journalism with the emphasis in public relations. I also have a master's degree in journalism and strategic media. I have my CPC, CPB, and I'm also an APC approved instructor. So individuals that are trying to prepare for the certification exam, one of the things that I am recommending is that you use Cornell Notes. So this is a note-taking system that I started sharing with individuals that I teach, and I also use this myself to help myself learn how to remember certain concepts for an actual test. So if you look at the very top of the sheet here, you have your name, your class, your topic, your date, and then your period. So we're just going to get very academic here. So if you're studying medical coding, so you want to put your class, the topic. So if you're studying integumentary, so that's going to be the topic. And then you want to put your date. So that's going to be when you started learning this topic. Of course, the period doesn't matter. Now, on the right side is where you make your notes. So if you're listening to an instructor, of course, you cannot write down every single thing that that instructor is saying, but you can write down enough information so that if you need to go back and ask the instructor questions, then you can ask those questions on the left. So the questions on the left is what you want to ask your instructor. And then at the bottom, you want to summarize what you learned from that lecture. So give you an example. If I'm trying to learn the parts of speech, so the parts of speech is going to be my topic. All right, there are 8 parts of speech. So you got your noun, you got your pronoun, you got your verb, you got your adjective, you got your adverb, your preposition, your interjection, and then your conjunction. So I'm going to write down each one of those words, okay, and then I'm going to put an example. I may not be able to write down the definition, but I'm going to put an example of what each one is. So for noun, I'm going to put a person, place, or thing. So we'll just say a car. If it's a verb, I'm going to put facilitate, all right, which is an action verb. So that's how you want to take your notes. Now, taking notes requires you to do one key thing, and that is you have to read. So you're reading from your textbook or you're recording your notes from a lecture from your instructor. So recently I took a course. I've been working on an MBA degree. And so there was this course that I had to take. It was a managerial economics course. And I had to learn a certain amount of information on a week to week basis. So I used Cornell Notes so that I can read the book that we were using as a part of the foundation. And then I made notes so that when I got ready to take the test, I could use those notes as my test to help me with my testing. Now, of course, when you're taking the CPC exam, you cannot use any kind of notes. So most of what I'm requiring you to do or suggesting that you do, you're going to have to be able to learn this information so that you can be able to recall it when you get ready to take the CPC exam. So if you have any questions about how to use the Cornell note-taking system, I'm going to post a video in this video at the bottom of this video so that you can have a little bit more insight. You can print these off and you can just, like I said, get your notebook. I'm old school. Get your notebook, divide your sections. So you got integumentary, you got musculoskeletal, you got respiratory, cardiovascular, digestive. So you just divide your sections. Then you have your Cornell notes so that you can remember the concept that you need to know for the exam. So stay tuned for more videos from Paula Anderson Coach Consultant. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so that I'll know that this is content that you want to receive. And also, if you have a suggestion for a topic, you can also put that in the content. Make sure you follow me on social media platforms. So I'm on LinkedIn, Paula Anderson Coaching Consulting. I'm on Facebook, Paula Anderson Coaching Consultant, and I'm on Instagram, Paula Anderson Coach Consultant. So stay tuned for the next video. Talk to you soon.